closing statement, and open it up for the kids, and we'll go back to you.
Illinois State obviously played a terrific game. They did a really good job. Really well coached, tough, really tough offensively. They did a great job. They had a great identity. Stayed really simple, especially with 2 strikes, and really punished mistakes. Balls was left over the plate, and took advantage of some of our miscues defensively. Did a really good job. They outplayed us, and they were terrific.
Okay, we're gonna open up for the players, and then we'll go back to Coach for questions. No questions for the players?
I guess for either one of you, their starter, just how difficult was he? Obviously, he was kind of mowing through guys early in the game.
Credit to him and stuff, but I think a lot of it was just, us getting ourselves out, having bad at bats, really having no approach, no mindset going to the box, really just kind of flailing at the ball, and obviously it bit us in the butt at the end.
Is this the same thing, guys, that has been going on? Postseason has been rough on you guys hitting. You've hit the ball pretty well this season, but here in postseason play, things have kind of gone sideways, hitting-wise. Either one of the players?
Yeah, lately we haven't been hitting that good. I think it fundamentally comes down to our players' confidence. I feel like a lot of guys are just not confident in the box right now. It just kind of looks like they're just giving up the bats, and it looks like they're just trying not to strike out, which is not the mentality to have at the plate. And we're hitting like some of our teammates are just hitting like a bunch of babies, and it's really frustrating.
You got the first inning home run. Did you get a sense their starter made any adjustments after that?
From all my bats off him, I don't think he made any adjustment. I think he did what we were told he was going to do by our coaches, and I think he stayed with that the whole game. It was just us chasing pitches that got us out, and again, not being confident at the plate. If we would have just stuck to the game plan that our coaches told us in the beginning, then I feel like we'd have a lot more success.
Was chasing pitches of the issues also at the end with Harvey, because you had trouble with him as well?
Yeah, chasing pitches is like what everyone sees, but it fundamentally comes down to like I said earlier, the confidence of our guys in the box right now, and I don't know why our guys are so unconfident in the box right now. I feel like our coaches give us no reason not to be confident. We get all the support we absolutely need. So it comes down to, in my personal opinion, is a leadership and internal issue that we will have to fix by tomorrow.
Stu?
Scotty, how tough is it to see a teammate like Matt go down?
Really tough. Matt's obviously one of the more talented guys we have. The kid busts his butt every single day, and it's really tough to see him go down. But it's the next man up. Sam Krill comes in, and don't know what'll happen tomorrow. But as a collective group, we need to pick it up because this season is on the line from every game out at this point. So we need to get it going.
Anything else for the players? You guys can go. We'll open it back up for Coach Mercer.
Paulie had a tough go of it today. What was wrong there?
Yeah, I thought his stuff was really good. His velocity was up, stuff was sharp. He was 90-92 for the better part of the first 2 innings, and it's just up over the plate. And Paulie's good when his stuff's able to work to the edges and work down and allow his sink to play and locating breaking balls. And it's a motion. You run hot and you run high, and we made mistakes over the plate. And against them, it's probably the best fastball hitting team we played against all year. Them and Indiana State, which is in the same conference. So pitches are over the plate, and the stuff's not good enough. There's very few select guys that stuff's good enough to be able to leave over the middle of the plate, elevated, and not get touched up. They put balls in play, and they made us pay. And we didn't help them either. The emotions of the moment overcame us. And you look at, we have a ball in right field, blue single, and we throw the ball to third base, allow the backside guy to advance. We get on first and second. They don't get a sac bunt down, hit a fly ball to left center, and our center fielder throws a ball to third base. It's no prayer of being out. Both guys advance. Next guy hits a one hopper. The shortstop will still play ball. The inning would have been over, and they don't score 2 runs. So, you know, while Paulie wasn't crisp early, we didn't do a lot to help him keep double plays in order, which you have to do against a team like this. And then he settled down. He settled down to a fine job. You know, you look there 3 or 4 innings where he was able to get back to being himself, get the ball down, and keep it out of the middle, and they weren't able to do as much damage there. And you know, it wasn't for a lack of stuff. His stuff was good, just a lack of execution.
I guess talking about the at bats, not just maybe the struggles early, but what wasn't taking in terms of guys trying to adjust as the game went on against Hedrick in your mind?
In my mind, it really comes down to I'm not sure if there's a better word for this, but we acted like we panicked for about 5 innings, and you have to be able to be emotionally stable in moments that are heightened. And maybe that's not the right word, but we did not. We tried to do way too much. We tried to take individual at bats in a very team oriented game and tried to overwhelm the game individually, and that's just not how it works. You have to be able to work at bats together over the course of time. You have to be able to have a unified approach and a unified mindset to be able to attack a guy, especially a guy has good stuff. He had good stuff, and we're predominantly left-handed, so it's going to be a tougher matchup to begin with. I felt like the game plan going into it was on point. He did what we thought he was going to do, although he's a good arm, had good stuff. And then you saw us be able to settle back down there about in the 5th, 6th inning, and we got control of our emotions, and we went together, had bases loaded in the 6th, and then scored, and then put together a good inning there in the 7th. But it's just too late. You have to be able to be emotionally stable and control what you can control from the beginning of the game, and certainly that rests on my shoulders, the inability for me to have them in a position mentally to be able to go out and do those things. The game's hard. I understand that. I played this game. All of our staff played this game. We played at a high level. I understand the difficulties of being able to manage big moments and situations that present themselves throughout the course of the game. But if you're unable to make adjustments, if you're unable to follow the basic rudimentary plan, it becomes almost impossible to have success outside of someone giving you opportunities, and they weren't going to give us opportunities. Took care of the ball and threw strikes. So we just didn't do a good enough job of that, and obviously that's my responsibility to make sure that we're in a middle place to be able to be tougher and be more competitive, and try to fight the game and not fight an opponent, try to fight a game plan and not fight the surroundings or anything that goes along with it.
Coach, Jeremy Houston entered the game as a defensive sub, but he had a big at bat late in the game. It was his 3rd at bat since April 5th, but he manages to come through in the clutch for you guys. He keeps the rally going. But what does that say about him and the other guys on the bench as far as their readiness, as well as just him as an individual?
Well, we actually talked about Jeremy the last couple of days. He's worked tremendously hard. He's been such a great kid. Through not being an everyday guy the last couple of months, but he's worked tremendously hard in the cages. Every day he comes in and puts his time in, and we had talked about how much he had improved over the course of the spring, and if there was a moment we felt comfortable getting him in there, both from a defensive standpoint and offensively. And he came up big with a really big at bat there, and was able to put a ball in play with 2 strikes, but he battled his way through it. And he was so composed and very confident, and did a really nice job. But it really goes back to your work. It goes back to the work you put in. You're confident in the work you put in, or you struggle because you don't believe in what you've done daily. And Jeremy has put in enough work to be confident in that moment, and we believed in him because we watched him do it.
One more?
I guess just is there kind of any update on Matt beyond, I think he had kind of a cast on his hand?
Yeah, the update that I got is that if you think it's a muscle or a sprain, not necessarily anything more severe than that. Matt would have stayed in the game had I let him, to be honest with you. It was my decision. I just didn't feel like if his hand was not strong enough to secure the glove the way we needed to, it wasn't going to be strong enough to secure the ball. And if he's not going to be able to hit, then we got to get him out of there because line drive at him, he's not able to take care of it, or ball in the gap. And then secondarily, Joel, our trainer, is terrific. He's a star, but you don't want to do anything if there is a hairline fracture in there that's going to make that worse. But as far as I know, there's not, and so hopefully we'll get a chance to see tomorrow what he's capable of doing.
All right.
Thank you.